Ryan Brown here from J. Ryan Brown Law. Today we're going to talk about aggravated assault. It is one of the charges that we see most commonly prosecuted in the courts throughout the state of Georgia. We're going to break down the title. What is an aggravated assault? We're going to talk about 4 ways that prosecutors can charge and accuse someone of aggravated assault. We're going to talk about the punishments in general, as well as a couple of the exceptions, because sentencing for a aggravated assault conviction can be quite complicated in some circumstances. So let's start, and we'll go through it one by one. We'll start with the title. As you can see, aggravated assault, right? So let's break that down. We're dealing with an assault that is aggravated in nature, right? An assault itself, simple assault if you will, is its own separate crime. It's a harmful contact, an offensive contact, something of that nature. What we're dealing with here is not a simple assault. No, it is an aggravated assault. It's a felony. It is something very serious that can result in decades in prison. There are 4 general ways that the law provides that the prosecutors can charge someone with aggravated assault. But like we said, all aggravated assaults must start with an assault. So let's go through these 4 one by one. And if someone commits an assault with the intention to rape, murder, or rob the victim, then that can be an aggravated assault. So if there's any type of assault committed, but it's done with the purpose of perpetrating a rape, a murder, or a robbery, then that can be aggravated assault. Second, if there is a deadly weapon used during an assault, or some device or item or object that if used can cause serious bodily harm, death, something of that nature. This can be almost anything, right? It can be bats, lamps, fists. Feet have been held to be things that when used offensively can cause serious injury, etc. Almost any type of assault using anything, including your hands, can be an aggravated assault. Kind of along the same lines, if something is used that can cause strangulation or that is likely to result in strangulation, then it can be charged as aggravated assault with a strangulation component. Typically we see that in a choking scenario, whether it be with a rope or something, or with someone's hands is what we see most common. And of course, it's terrible, but that is one of the ways that they charge aggravated assault. And finally, the 4th is there is a special provision for essentially what I call a drive-by. If a firearm is recklessly discharged, towards someone while they're driving, I'm using a lot of legal words there, but essentially, if a firearm is discharged from a vehicle at someone else, and it's not justified for whatever reason it may be, we're dealing with an aggravated assault. Okay. Let's move to the reds. This got pretty small here, so I'm sorry if you can't read it, but the general punishment for aggravated assault, with no special factors or anything like that, is one of the widest ranges we have. It can be anywhere from 1 year to 20 years. Okay, so 1 year of probation to 2 decades in prison is really what we're dealing with as a general range of punishment in aggravated assault. Now, I've listed here 5 kind of exceptions or things that can vary in sentencing. Aggravated assault has a lot of sentencing provisions that are special for if it's done in this manner or if it's done against someone this age, etc. But we're just going to highlight a couple of them, and you have to check out the website, J. Ryan Brown Law, for a more thorough explanation of some of the sentencing exceptions. So, in general, 1 to 20 is the range. However, these things can increase, whether it be the maximum or the minimum, if an aggravated assault is committed upon a peace officer. So, for instance, if an aggravated assault is committed upon a cop, is the most common that we see here. An elderly person, public transit has a special provision. Think MARTA, right? A teacher or a student. So, if something happens at school, that can always increase punishment. And the FVA here, that's Family Violence Act. So if it's done against a present spouse, a former spouse, a sibling, someone that they have lived with in the past, have a child with, things of that nature, we can see increased punishments in that situation as well. So aggravated assault, again, there's a lot that goes into it, a ton of information on the website, but today was just kind of the starter pack to understand what we're dealing with. As always, Ryan Brown at J. Ryan Brown Law. Call us, text us. Phone number is 470-635-1725. Thank you so much.